Hello, bright and shiny beacon of light. I'm Michael Sandler, your host on Inspire Nation, and I want to say welcome home, welcome home, welcome home. This is your home for energy attunements, for bringing your energy up, for learning about what's going on with energy, for an angelic energy report, everything energy related, and tonight, some good high flying energy. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. Here in the studio with me, I have Sir Meowsers. So, I'm going to see how that goes. He usually doesn't join us. This is a kitty cat. Usually doesn't join us in the studio, but he wanted to be here for this event. So, we shall see. And it is a very special day here, recording this mid-January of 2024. And my guess is we're going to be doing these about once a month moving forward because the angels have a lot to say during this year. I would say more than ever, at least more than ever, coming through me. How this works. I teach a process called automatic writing, where you channel and put pen to paper and the words come through you. This is a channeled co-creation. So what I do is the angels start knocking on my door a few days, or doors, I guess, a few days before I give a talk like this. And they say, hey, Michael, we've got this to talk about. Psst, hey, Michael, we've got that to talk about. In fact, I think I channeled this on Friday or Saturday at the latest. And then they keep going and they keep going and they keep going. And so tonight, what I'm doing right now is I'm speaking to you with a list of bullet points from the angels, along with them speaking to me as I'm speaking to you. So it's always interesting, and it's very dynamic and live, but it's very interesting, shall we say. On top of that, I found out earlier today that I have one of my all-time favorite guests coming on the show, not live to me, but from Bali tomorrow morning, Sasha Stone. So I get to finish this show with you. I get to hit the hay for a few hours, get up early in the morning for an interview with Sasha Stone, and then a second interview tomorrow afternoon. So I'm going to do my best to ground us in, bring your energy up, not to move too fast, and at the same time move expeditiously. And I'm still going to have a Q&A after this, and we are still going to do a meditation at the end. And this is an energetic attunement. Just being, it's not, how do I put it? I have played with energy long enough, and I've played with the microphone long enough that I can shift your energy just by speaking to you. So you will feel different from this talk. Hopefully you will feel calmed. You'll feel a little bit quieter, but your energy will be way up. That's what I'm doing with everyone in the School of Mystics this year. Is we're doing a lot of subliminal work. We're doing a lot of rewiring. It's the school that I offer. And we are bringing people's energy way up because it's a year. You don't need the angels and guides to tell you. It is a year where we feel exhausted and stressed out, to say the least. So I'll be channeling here tonight. Here's what I find, how the channeling works, and then let's dive into it. Sometimes I channel just one angel. Sometimes I channel an archangel, typically Archangel Michael. And then sometimes I channel a group of angels. Typically, they call themselves very loosely the collective. It's not a very sexy term, but that's loosely speaking what they call themselves. Tonight, they wanted the whole shebang. They wanted the whole group here for what they're calling an angelic angel report for January of 2024. We could even call it for mid-January of 2024. So let's look at what the angels have to say. And it is quite profound. Some of it, you're going to go, yeah. Some of it is going to be really new. And I can't follow the chat live, although my team will put things in for me. And if you make a donation, we have, I believe it's for kids in Gaza and kids in Israel, which we need more than ever. I will gladly thank you for that. But what takes place, or the one thing I did catch on the chat earlier is, why is Michael talking so much about wars? Don't we want to talk about what we want to bring about? Absolutely, we want to talk about what we want to bring about. Absolutely. Your mind is a creator. However, we get to take note also of what's around us and what's affecting us energetically. So, mind as creator, we don't focus on what we don't want. However, if somebody has backed the car over our foot, no matter how much you're into law of attraction, manifestation, or any practice to shift reality, you would still like it if somebody would back the car off of your foot first. So we don't ignore what's going on in the world. We, however, focus on what we do want to bring about. So let's dive into things here. We're going to look into tonight what the angels have to say, what's going on in the world, where the car is in relation to our foot, why we're feeling the way we are, or why you're feeling the way you are, and what this means for you. And most importantly tonight, I want you leaving with an understanding of what we can do about it and what you individually can do about it. Because if we don't have takeaways, if I give this talk, here's what the angels say about this, here's what the angels say about that, and I don't give you anything to do with it, what's the point? Where's the meaning? How does that help you? So we need to give you something meaningful for your day-to-day life, for my day-to-day life. So the first question is, what are the energies that are about us right now? And there are two key energies. And we're going to spend a little while talking about the first energy, then we're going to go to the second one. And forgive me, from a law of attraction point of view, I understand we don't want to focus on it. However, as I like to joke, I'm going to try to adjust. This is a new chair, and it's tilting me too far back. Let's see how this does. I like to joke. So I've got my dream team here. I've got Aya Bear. I've got Anne. It hasn't become Ann Bear yet, but it could. Ann Bear. I've got Super Bobs here running all things behind the scene for you, and many, many more dream team members as well. Marge, our whole video team, are probably watching this too. I love you guys, and some very, very dear volunteers as well. So Bhavik is running the show from behind as a producer. And I like to joke with him. He'll ask me how things are going. And because this is a channeled co-creation, he'll ask me how things are going before we speak. And oftentimes I can't think. The angels' guides are coming through too loud and clear. I can't remember my name at that point. And so my response to Super Bobs is this. And he'll be like, "Are you ready?" And I'll be like, and he'll be like, "Okay, then I know things are going to go great." Tonight I said, "Did I scare you, Super Bobs?" Because I'm not feeling. In fact, I'm feeling very grounded, and that's the energy I want to bring you. But the energy of the world right now has a few things going on. And you know, of course, what I'm about to say next. The first energy is the energy of, it's the energy of freak out, the energy of chaos and fear. And truth be told, we are being fed this energy right now. It's kind of like an intravenous, I guess it would be here. I've had enough of those in my life. An intravenous drip. We're being fed a drip of chaos and fear. And the thing is, like morphine, this drip will not only continue throughout the year and come to a crescendo energetically around the elections and beyond, but like a morphine drip or something, you need more of it over time to keep the pain at bay. And so the powers that be, I don't have to call it the big bad this. I don't have to call it the big bad that. I don't have to call it this giant conspiracy theory. Those who want the old guard and want to keep the old guard are going to keep dripping you fear and chaos, and they're going to keep dripping you more and more and more to keep you numb, to keep you in line. So like natural disasters this year, there will be more of them and more of them and more of them. Natural, I'll put in quotes, to keep us numb. Like political strife, there will be more and more and more. Like chaos, and I'm talking about here, they keep on bringing up to me internal terrorism. We don't have to focus on this. There would be more and more and more, because this is like an addiction. If you feed somebody chaos and fear, at some point they become numb to the chaos and fear and they go back to their own lives. You need to feed them then more chaos and fear, and then you need to feed them more chaos and fear. The powers that be are requiring us to stay in a state of disarray, a state of, in order for them to maintain control over us. What does that have to do with angels and guides? Well, we have a world of duality, and I'm going to be talking with Sasha Stone a lot about that in the morning, and that'll come out in a few short weeks. But we have a world where you and I are energetic beings. We're divine energetic beings. We have the whole inside of us. We are the creators. We are the love. We are the everything. But we come here, we get behind this veil. We choose to be behind the veil so that we can learn and grow to discover ourselves at an even higher level. However, even though all things are good, all things are God, it is harder for us to learn and grow when we're on a morphine drip. We can't be ourselves. We aren't free to live our greatest lives. The powers that be are counting on that. This isn't a big, bad conspiracy show. This is a big, great free yourself show. That's what we're talking about. This is the good stuff. So you can recognize the morphine drip keeps turning up and turning up and turning up to keep you numb, to keep you from recognize your divine energetic being, having an energetic experience in human form, and that you are the creator. You are magnificent. You are incredible. You are the divine. So that's going up and up and up. And since we don't want to feel the pain of the world, we typically take more and more and more of it in. We take these hits as distraction from social media, distraction from the news. Michael, it's not a distraction. Oh, yes, it is. And these distractions are coming to you more heavily this month, I would argue, than at any point in 2023. And you're in, I want to call it an accelerometer. Accelerator. Let's call it an accelerator. It's a new ride, not even that they have at Disney, but we may have known about these rides that spin faster and faster, where we stand inside of a little cylindrical room and we get pinned to the wall to where we can't move. That's what 2024 is. The room is spinning faster and faster as a distraction. So here's the key that sets you free from this. The key that sets you free is to watch for the distractions. Become a distraction-onator, someone that is a meter to the distractions that are taking place, and understand that everything happens on levels. So on one level, for instance, it's real. There was a crisis at the Miami Mall. It's real. There were more police cars there than we've seen almost relatively anywhere. It's real that there were fireworks, that there were 911 calls, that were who knows what going on. Was it real that there was an ET sighting? My personal belief is no. Knowing everything that I do about extraterrestrials, I don't think they're going to come and hang out at the mall. That's not going to be their entry point to introducing humanity to themselves. Do I think that the police freaked out thinking there was a shooter or shooters at the mall and wanting to prevent a mass tragedy? Yes. Do I think that the media picked up on this? Social media picked up on this to distract us from ourselves, to distract us from what's going on? Absolutely. Could AI have picked up on this, either for another method of control or just to give people in social media, which is being used and manipulated, to, again, numb us up and keep us from the real truth? Absolutely. Everything's happening at levels. Was the press overreacting? Yes, but guess what? The press is a means of control. They're overreacting by design. I don't have to pick on anyone, but the media was overacting by design. What does this have to do with anything? If you take the world at face value, you're going to be sucked into that story, sucked into the other story, sucked into this, sucked into that, and you're going to forget who and what you are. A divine being having an energetic experience in human form, living the most magnificent, amazing, incredible, incredulous life. You are, as I was talking about in today's Daily Woohoo, and maybe Aya Bear can share over and over and over. I would love you to sign up for the Daily Woohoo because I bring up your energy on a daily basis. And I was talking about this very thing. You are the love. You are the light. You have all of the light within the universe. The white light that you see going to the heavens that you hear about in near-death experiences, spoiler alert, it's inside of you. It's not you going outside of yourself, except outside of your physical body to go into the tunnel of light. It's you going within and meeting up with the light that always was and always will be yours. It's who and what you are. The light is your birthright. However, when you're focusing on a mall thing, when you're focusing on a this, when you're focusing on a that, heaven forbid, focusing on the wars, and we'll talk more about that in a minute, you lose track of you by design. Why are the angels speaking so strongly right now? Because they don't want us to lose us. They don't want us to lose ourselves. Humanity is on a process of ascension. We are spiraling upwards. Can we mess up? I hate that term. Can we end up off of the timeline of ascension? Yeah, but not out of, I'm not saying, oh, we're going to blow things. I'm not trying to put this in a state of fear. But the best way that we can muck things up is to forget who and what we are and go smoking the dope that they give us. And the dope that they give is fear, worry, anxiety, and chaos. So you take note of the fear, worry, anxiety, and chaos, but stop smoking it. You take note of the fact that, for instance, the Jeffrey Epstein papers being released. Okay, big deal. I get it. Human trafficking, huge deal. I get it. But we get off of the pipe. We recognize when that news comes out, nothing happens in the news by accident. It's all a game of a shell game. Here we're put under the little thing, quarter, whatever, under the shells, and let's move them all around, and you get to see what shell it is. Meanwhile, somebody's picking your pocket. Your pocket is being picked right now, but it's not being picked in the way you think it is. It's being picked by taking you out of your divine essence, out of your divine state, out of your energetic, I'm going to call it pono-ness, or there's a Hawaiian word for righteousness or trueness. So we get to put our eye back on the prize. What's that prize? Us, you, me. When I did a lot of individual coaching, I had this most amazing client. I loved her so dearly, so incredibly creative. And she made a fortune before almost anyone else did. Before most did in Bitcoin, which gave her the ability to step back and play with her life. Guess what? She was stuck looking at the world's tragedy. She was stuck looking at the world's manipulations and this going on and that going on and all of these things, real or unreal. What is reality anyway? And I would say, have you created lately? No. Have you stepped forward for yourself lately? No. Have you done? No, no, no. Why? And she would say lovingly, look at all the problems going on in the world. Look at what's happening to these people. Look at what's happening to those people. How can I possibly? The Matrix had got her. And I don't want the Matrix to get you. You are here for a very spiritual, sacred mission. That mission, and I can hear a dear, dear friend, Sean Simmons, saying, is love. Oh, I love you so much, Sean, if you're watching this by chance. The mission is greater than that. The mission is not just love. The mission is you. You are the mission. You. I don't like pointing. It's considered impolite. You, you are the mission. You are what you came here for. You came to experience all of your expansiveness, all of your greatness, all of your grandness, all of your angelic qualities, and even your not so angelic qualities, which are angelic as well. You got to experience all of this. But if you're focusing on that outer world, which is ratcheting up in 2024, you're not going to take the time to do the inner work, the inner journey, the inner looking glass. That's what it's all about. So that's one of the big energies. And in fact, in January right now, there is a direct clash. There is a clash going on. Not this. This means, oh, so cute. I do this with Hannah Bear, my daughter, all the time. Oh, so cute. There is, instead of this, there's this or this going on right now. What is the clash of energies? It is the energies of chaos, of derision, of division, of fear, of worry, anxiety. Okay, you get the point. And what is supposed to be the energies of January, or supposed to be the energies this time of year. I said there were going to be two big energies today. One, fear, worry, chaos, all of that good stuff put together in a, world's largest ball of yarn somewhere in Kansas. Giant ball of yarn. And we're going to call that fear, worry, and anxiety. The second big fear, guess what happens if you pull that string? It starts chasing you down. We don't want to pull on the ball of yarn. We want to get back to focusing on ourselves. Pull on your inner heartstring. The second, I'll be bringing more goofiness. It helps us to understand the message. Second, drum roll, please, is not just expansiveness, not just greatness, but of hope, of joy, of possibilities, of new beginnings. It's not just the Roman calendar that starts on January 1, but January 1 is based on a new cyclical year of the earth. It's based on solstice. It's based on indigenous wisdom. It's based on, we've spent 365 days on this rock hurtling around the sun, and now we're back to square one. We're at that moment of greatest darkness, heading towards greatest light, greatest potential, greatest reality, greatest possibilities. And yes, that's what I'm teaching the heck out of in the School of Mystics, is how to surf that energy right now. So definitely come join us as we plug you into greater energy. Sorry, very bullish about the school. I'll let people tell you about it. But we get to surf this greatness. And this greatness is us. And this greatness is this time of year. It's why people join a gym. It's why people come up with New Year's resolutions. It's time where we go, this is the year that I do this. This is the year that I do that. This is the year that I make that great change that I've always wanted to. Except this year we're being taught to put our dreams on standby, to put our dreams on hold. You've heard it. Don't think about new beginnings. Don't think about hopes and dreams. This is going to be your year of more wars. Yeah, it will be. This is going to be a year where it's going to be mono against mono, particularly with elections. Yeah, it will be. This is going to be a year where, guess what? It's all levels. Yes, that's going to happen. And it doesn't matter. Doesn't mean it's not important. Doesn't mean that you don't help your fellow man. Doesn't mean you don't bring caring, kindness, and compassion. Doesn't mean you take action, whatever that means for you, whatever is pulling on your heart. But what it means is we don't put our hopes, dreams, wishes, all of the good stuff on hold, saying not in 2024. But that's what you're being told. That's what you're being taught. And it's not just that you're given a wet blanket, a Debbie Downer. This isn't just the year of Debbie Downer. We're given a sharp blanket of fear. We're told to wear it. And if you try to wriggle out of it, or if you try to do something for your friends or for your family, you're told you're going to get hurt. Why? Because you're in a clash, and I'm not talking about a 1980s band. You're in a clash of energies by design. The angels are speaking to you tonight through me to get you out of this clash, to get you to the higher room, to get you vibrating at a higher level. Again, we're talking about levels tonight, where you can see down and see the reality and set yourself free. And just by the very act of setting yourself free, you help begin to shift and set free all of humanity. So you want to do the things now that light you up. You want to focus on having a beautiful year. You want to see how you can change things, how you can live your greatest life. Heck, I had an interview today with somebody talking about, how can we tinker with things? How can we make new things for the show? And we'll talk more about what this stuff looks like, to even take things to a higher level, whether it's my interview style or what anything looks like. I was supposed to have an interview today. I'll have in the next couple of days, of how I can start to get more and more books out as well, and how we can take my teachings and turn them into books. Why? Why am I looking into all of these things? Why don't I just, the expression goes, sit on my laurel, or sit on my goodness, or sit on how things are going? Because that's not the energy of January. The energy of January is typically of change, of excitement, of newness, of getting to play, of experimenting, of tinkering, of joy, hope, and possibilities. But it's in opposition. And that's why that's everything we're teaching in the School of Mystics, and why I say School of Mystics, School of Mystics, School of Mystics. I want to get you into that place, help you discover that, and then help bring you up to a higher level. But on the outside, in this world around us, it's in direct opposition to the energies on the planet, to the zeitgeist, to the collective, or most importantly, to the powers that be. And we get to address this, not as a big bad cabal or reptilians or something trying to take over the earth. Did Michael just say reptilians? Yes, I did just say reptilians. It's not about them. It's not about bad guys, but it's about the last gasp of the old guard, of the old power structures as we finally and fully ascend. And they're going to ratchet things up more, and they're going to ratchet things up more to get your attention, to keep your mind, heart, soul, and will. So when you look in the Middle East, or you look at Yemen and our heart goes out to everyone, or you look at Gaza and you look at Israel and you look at everyone and your heart goes out, or you look wherever, you look at the Sudan, you look at wherever, and our heart goes out. You're seeing more and more inhumane violence ratcheting up to keep your attention. If you look at courts and you look at trials, it is a gradual ratcheting up. If you look at the election or well, he can't possibly be reelected. But if he's reelected and this person says this about the election and this person says that and this other state says this, and they're ratcheting up and up and up. And is this the end of democracy? And as a student whose first degree was in political science, international affairs, and constitutional law, I do pay very careful and close attention to this. And I understand it's an inside job first and foremost. I won't take my eye off of the prize no matter what I read. The prize is in here. The prize is in here. And so it's ratcheting up out here, and it's ratcheting up deliberately, and it is ratcheting up by the press. I've doubled back. I mentioned them earlier. Let's go back to the press for a minute. If taken in small doses, the press can be a powerful tool, a freedom agent, an agent of positive change, an agent of getting the climate under control, an agent of preventing authoritarianism, of preventing dictatorships, of creating heaven here on earth, taken in small doses. Or in the past, Twitter, now X, was a more democratized, it was still wild, wild west, democratized tool for what's going on in the world. But like almost every other piece of press, it was bought. Those with the greatest money want to control your interest. It was bought. And now look at what it does. And I'm not picking on Twitter/X. What I'm saying is, if you pull on the strings of the media, what you find at the end of the day is another method of control. And January, if we're going to hope, if we're going to joy, if we're going to woohoo, we get to look at the methods of control. Not so that we can focus on them, but instead we can focus on the light. So you might be saying, Michael, what you speak is darkness. Where's the hope? Where's the light? We are getting to this. I promise you. But in order to be in the light, in order to be in the hope, you must recognize what's coming your way. You must recognize the car that's driven over your foot, or the car that's coming after your foot. Or, to use my old school vernacular, if in order to live your greatest life, if you're a baseball player, you must recognize when the pitcher is aiming for your nose in order that you may duck, and certainly before you swing the bat. As a kid, target zero, many a ball managed to catch my nose. Not my best sport. I guess you could say I kept my eye on the ball, but I didn't really keep my eye on the ball. See, we get to notice when the ball is coming for us and step to the side and duck. And then we can step forward in life. So we must recognize when the deck is stacked against us so we can make different, divine actions and reactions. So we step back from the news, we step back from social media. And though we have a cause, and you may have an amazing cause, and if that lights you up and serves the greater good, that is freaking awesome. But you must not get lost and wrapped up in it. If you get lost and wrapped up in a cause, you lose yourself. If you get lost and wrapped up in a cause, you lose yourself. That doesn't mean we don't look for universal suffrage. That doesn't mean we don't look for women's rights. That doesn't mean we don't look for equality. That doesn't mean that what's a positive way to put it? We promote freedom for all. And I guess I don't have the good, easy answer or way to put it. We don't stop trafficking. None of these things. And anonymous, thank you so much for your kind donation to Save the Children. And Sylvia, thank you so much too. How does it get any better than this for your kind donation to Save the Children? It doesn't mean any of these things if they pull on your heart, but do not lose yourself in anything. Because when you lose yourself in anything, it becomes the drug to take you away from what matters most. And what matters most is twofold this time of year. One, of course, is diving in on the inside. You ever notice it's dark outside right now? Because baby, it's cold outside. A Suspect song, if ever there was one, although I'm not sure Louis Armstrong intended it to be. However, it's darkest in the Northern Hemisphere for a reason. To hear from the other side of the veil. Your angels and guides are speaking to you louder now than ever because it is easiest for you to hear them. So, like a 111 new moon portal, it's this time of year where you can truly put things out there and be heard. However, the world right now, and this is part of the energies that are going on, is operating on a series of collective old wounds. The world is operating on a series of collective old wounds. And instead of trying to heal these old wounds or heal these tough wounds, as a method of control, she's increasing the wounds to make them greater or ripping off the scab of the wounds and putting in some, forgive me, hot sauce into the wounds to keep you knocked out of your mind. However, if we dive in, so a lot of times you will catch me lately. You'll catch me in a moment of, it's the best way to put it, greatest rapture? No. Greatest productivity. Oh, there's a loaded word. You'll catch me in the moment of greatest productivity this time of year. What's that look like? No, seriously, Michael, what does that look like? No, seriously, man, if you're in a moment of greatest productivity, what are you doing? This is the time of year where we want to drool. This is the time of year where we want to stop. This is the time of year where we want to be, where we just want to pause, to dive into the stillness, to dive into the darkness, to dive deep within ourselves. This is one of my all-time favorite sports, and I get such bliss out of it, I must admit, is swimming. And it works in the pool, but I love it in the ocean. Swimming into the depths of the water, swimming in where you can't even see past your arm, because there's sand, there's this, there's that, and just swimming into Mother Earth's womb or Mother Earth's cradle. I've been swimming in 3 days. It feels longer, 3 days. I'm supposed to go out tomorrow, but I didn't realize I have a double interview day, so it will be Wednesday when I get to swim again. Swimming brings me to silence, to stillness. Swimming is a prayer. Whatever is a prayer for you, I want you to do that right now, to go to that 0 point moment. You do nothing, even if I'm flapping my arms about, I'm doing nothing. You're being nowhere. If I'm swimming against the current, I'm literally going nowhere. But you just be in Mother Earth's womb. You be in Mother Earth's cradle. So if you have an urge to say, stop the world, I want to get off, please honor that energy. Do just that. Stop the world. I need to get off. I want to get off. Please take a moment, put down the phone, shut down the computer, whatever it takes, and just be. You can do this once a day. You can do this many times a day. You can do this with baths. You can do this with showers. You can do it putting yourself to bed for no reason, shutting off the lights, going into your car, wherever you're parked, going quiet, going into the stillness, facing a corner in a cubicle. Just take extra, and I don't make light of that at all. Take extra time to nurture yourself and just be. Why? You're being bombarded right now with the energy of goodness, the energy of kindness, the energy of refilling your tanks. The angels are all over you, as are your ancestors, as are your elders, as are your guides. They've basically aimed this giant light at you. It's inside of you, but aiming this giant lantern. Think of a Hollywood kind of light, or one of those lights that illuminates or beams upward from the Luxor on the Las Vegas Strip. That kind of light can hit you and recharge you now. But what does it take? Shutting down for a moment. You must to, you need to shut down. The veil's at its thinnest. It's easiest to recharge. The energy is coming at you hot and heavy, not the energy of chaos, but the energy of refilling your tanks if you let it. So in January, you're saying, Michael, in January, there's hope, there's joy, there's building, there's change. Absolutely. But nowhere did I say hustle. Nowhere did I say rush. Nowhere did I say fight. Nowhere did I say push. Nowhere did I say you got to get going. Did I say that? Did I say you got to get going? You don't. Energetically, you get to take symbolic action at this time, like meeting with an editor, like meeting with somebody else who can help us, like meeting with whomever. Or you get to go to the gym if you want to get fitter. But I never said you need to go in there and push hard. Or if you're going to write something, you get to start writing. But you don't have to push hard. You don't have to try hard. You don't need to get out a whole chapter a day. So you can sign up for a class. Oh, yes, come to the School of Mystics. You can sign up for anything. Getting a coach, whomever, whatever it is for you. That's awesome. But don't take massive steps. Don't take massive action. January is not about massive action. That's not the energy right now. Remember, darkness within. Stopping, pausing. So you put out that token or chip, and then you step back and hold on to another. You put out one more chip, you step back and you take another. So it is a balanced time of the energies. Balanced yin, balanced yang, balanced alpha, balanced omega, balanced out, balanced in, where you symbolically step forward, but you don't have to do that much else. Don't try too hard. It's not that time of year. This is the time of year where we very, very gently poke our heads out of the closet, peer around the corner, come up from the snow and look above. And if you've ever seen, is it snow rabbits? What have I seen that are some of the most? Prairie dogs come up out of the snow. Foxes come up out of the snow. So many different animals come up out of the snow and look around and see if it's safe. Or Honda Bear is learning hide and seek. Look around and make sure it's safe. Poke your head out and say to yourself, is it okay to come out again? And it's the time to come out slowly, but with purpose. The purpose and the reason of this time of year, reason to hope, reason to dream, is January sets the tone. January is the drummers. I'm looking for my drums, looking for my drumsticks. They've wandered off. Ooh, and I did get some new drumsticks in, and I get to get some drums symbolically so that I'm practicing more. It's not about buying stuff. But what are the symbols? What is the symbolism that you get to take? What are those small steps, actions, and tokens? Because January, especially now, sets the tone energetically for the entire year ahead. So that's your job. I guess your job, first off, because we don't want to focus on the negatives, is to take that energy that's being focused all out there on the, and take it and put it in here on the, bring it inside, and then set the tone for the year ahead. Go back to dreaming. I give you permission to hoping, to thinking about, to daydreaming about, to feeling into what's possible. Yeah, but 2024, there's going to be this, there's going to be that, there's going to be the riots, there's going to be that. You're right. You're right. And you still get to live your greatest freaking life. Period. Done deal. End of story. If you're not living your life, you're sucking on that pipe of what they're giving you. But this is not a time, and this is the strongest message from your angels. This is not a time to be numbed up. This is not a time to be distracted or have your power taken away from you. You see, there are man-made energies and man-made ideas. Who and what you are and the energy of being recharged and refilled and a hope and of dreams, that didn't come from mankind. That came from a much greater source. That's what we get to focus on, that natural hope, that natural wonder, and that natural excitement, that natural joy. Those are natural, incredible ideas where you go, oh my God, the dream is so big, I can't even imagine doing it. Now you're talking. I had an interesting idea from the show. I'm going to bring this sucker forward. It came to me while I was doing a ride a few days ago in the woods. And there's a section of woods only a mile from the house that's like a 4.13 mile, yes, 4.13 mile slalom course, tree after tree after tree after tree. It doesn't let you go fast, but you can get into a rhythm, you can get into a flow, sort of like doing moguls in a sense, or skiing in the trees, even better, where you lose yourself. Not meaning you lose where you are in time and space and safety, but meaning it puts you in that flow state. And suddenly, sort of like dropping everything, you hear from the universe. And I got some very high level creative ideas that were being told to me in automatic writing, but were now told to me in a different way and at a different moment where I was even more receptive. And I went, Eureka. Okay, Taiwan in California, but Eureka. January is the month of your Eurekas. It's a month of what is possible for this new year, what is possible in this new life, what is possible in this new earth as we begin swinging back into the light. And you get to figure out, find out, better yet, hear out, hear in. Where do I place my chips? Where do I get to place my energy? That's where you get to focus on what you get to focus on exquisitely this month and beyond. Where do I want to place my chips? What do I really want this year? And honestly, not for the collective. I want to save humanity. I want to raise consciousness. It sounds like I'm making light of it. The whole show is based on helping people and on shifting consciousness for all of humanity. But this is a year where even though we have been transitioning from the me to the we, you can feel it. It is exhausting to think about the entire world right now. Instead, we get to think about the individual, realizing that we are a cell in the whole of the beingness of humanity, a cell in the whole of the beingness, and that's WHOLE, in the whole of the beingness of consciousness. So while we get to remember that we have gone from the time of the me to the we also get to remember if one cell is sick, it affects the whole. If one cell lights up, it affects all the cells around her or around him as well. You are contagious. What you do matters. How you feel matters, and matters exquisitely. You're the most important person in the world. Let me say this again. I am not the most important person in the world. Sir Meowsers, who's now very awake and looking like he's going to want some FOOD soon, which is a HOH And as I'm here with you at the moment, he is not what matters most. No, I love him very dearly. Rue on the other side isn't what mattered most. Hunter Bear isn't what it matters most. Pookie isn't what it matters most. You, 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 you are what matters most. And I mean this because we get to light you up. We get to find what brings you joy. We get to get you vibrating at the highest level. And yes, the School of Mystics help you do just that. Come join the School of Mystics. We will light you up. This is the time where we get to light you up as Sir Meowsers is headed for the studio room door. And this is the time where we get to get you symbolically into taking that divine action or following your own heart, your own bliss path, your own way that illuminates the path, not just for you, but for everyone else. What does that mean? To illuminate the path for everyone and everyone else. What that means is, I can hear Neil Diamond, a sort of neighbor when I lived in Basalt, Colorado, though I don't know where he was, but he was in a mile or two. We get to light up our own heart light. This is exquisitely important. And I use that word exquisitely today over and over for a reason. For it's not just something that's special or something that's important. Exquisitely means something that's delicate, something that's high up, and something that has the most amazing flower or crystal or living art, something that is so exquisite. That's the energy of January. Exquisite hopes and dreams, delicate, artistic, beautiful, amazing, up on a pedestal. That's where you get to place your heart and hearth at this time, in this exquisite energy. We could call it even angelic energy in January. That would work too. Angelic, because the angels want what's best for you. The angels are, in a sense, closest to you at this time of the year. And the angels can have the greatest result on and with and through you and for you if you listen to them at this time of year, if you follow the pulls and tugs on your heart, which come from your angels, which comes from your guides, which come from your ancestors, which come from your elders, and comes from your higher self or higher beingness, rather than all the junky junk, that's a technical term, out there. You focus on this exquisiteness. You focus on your heart, your hearth, your hopes, your dreams, and you can do no wrong. If you focus on your heart, your hearth, your dreams, you can do no wrong. Yeah, but I haven't taken care of this. I haven't done that. I haven't thought about these people. I haven't thought about those people. I haven't followed it's okay. You've lit up your heart light, and that will begin to light up everyone else's heart as well, or light up everyone else's light as well. You know it. You can see it. There are all these hearts coming up here. This is the love that we get to bring to everyone by bringing to ourselves first, by lighting ourselves up first. And doing so now in January, because we've got this entire 365-day, 12-month lunar calendar, more than 12, but you get what I'm saying, 12-month year. It will set you up for a month of February and beyond. And in February, the energies are going to change and change powerfully. We'll get into that more next month. And we'll do our next angelic energy report more toward the beginning of February. Particularly, February is going to be a very powerful month energetically. We usually think about meek, quiet, short, tiny February. It ain't going to be so tiny this year. So we will get into that next month. But for this month, I think Sir Masters is about to. He's about to go for some cardboard boxes with his claws. I have all these lines on me and dimples today where he started making, we call him making muffins on my legs. And Hanabear is in the other room and I'm going, oh God, as he thought he was going to slip off of my leg. If anybody's had a cat that is not declawed and they're sitting with them in their lap and the cat feels like it's about to fall out of the chair, that's a rough moment indeed. And I'm going, oh my God. So he's over here by these boxes. February big, powerful month. For this month, shut things off, dive deep on the inside, and exquisitely dream. And then step forward. Doesn't need to be big steps, doesn't need to be massive steps, but instead it can be teeny tiny symbolic steps. But they must be powerful. Not, well, this year I want to learn the piano more than anything else. Okay, I'll get a little sheet music. No, I really want to learn piano this year. I'll look into a teaching program. I'll look into getting a tutor. I'll hire somebody. I'll get whatever it takes. Even if I don't fight to do all the lessons right now, I will take a powerful symbolic step. But remember, it must be all about you. So here's the crazy thing. Jessica and I went to this event. Yeah, it was like 12, 13, 14 years ago. We went to this event and I'm going, do you have the dates right? Do you have everything right? I went to this event 12, 13, 14 years ago. It had Colin Powell there. It had or Colonel Power there. It had, which would have been a multi-general at that point. So General Colonel Powell there. It had Tony Robbins there. It had a Donald Trump there. It had somebody from not CNN, one of the major news broadcasting bureaus. And it's actually her that I'm referring to, and I'm spacing her name right now. And she gave this talk there. And she said, today is all about you. And Katie Curry, maybe. She said, this day is all about you. And it actually struck me all wrong because it sounded very selfish. This day is all about me. Well, I'm here to tell you in the most kind and loving, compassionate, non-selfish way. This day and this month, in the time of dire news, in a time of dire consequences, in a time of dire chaos all around us, in a year where it seems dark, it seems chaotic, it seems like there's calamity, it seems like there's war, it seems like it's a time of mano against mano. This year is all about you. Seriously. Taking time for yourself, being with yourself, lighting your own heart up, healing yourself is the greatest thing in the world you can do for everyone. I've talked about this concept of spiritual activism. Well, guess what? Nobody can be an activist for anything if you're not an activist for yourself first. That's what this year is. These energies aren't going anywhere. They're going to be here for a while. Humanity is ascending. Humanity is in a upward spiral, and there are forces trying to hold us back. There's going to be this yin-yang game of push and pull, and we need to refill our tanks. We need to refuel. We need to vibrate at the highest level. We need to shine at the highest level. Hold on one second while I let Sir Meowsers out of the room. Hold on. Here we go. Kitty out. We'll see how many minutes he gives me before he starts screaming for food and threatening to wake the baby. And I love him very dearly. He knows how to take care of himself. He knows how to ask for what he needs. That's what you get to do. If you follow the energies that light you up, if you follow what heals your heart, what makes you want to shine, what makes you extra bright, if you take care of yourself and begin to heal and shine your light brighter and brighter still, when you do this more than any action you could do on the outside, no matter what it is, that will change the world. I've got Archangel Michael behind me. But he's also literally behind me somewhere there with his sword. That's not a sword that he takes into battle. That's not a sword that he goes lopping off other people's heads. That's a sword where he cuts through the obscuration. He cuts through the illusion. He cuts through the suffering. He cuts through the distraction to help you to be the greatest version of yourself. That makes the greatest change. more than protesting, more than taking to your streets, more than doing anything with a sword. Please, dear Lord, do not, except for a figurative, symbolic sword to cut away those distractions, to take care of your heart. When you do this, and exquisitely so, exquisitely, you begin to change the world from the inside to the outside, or as the expression goes in Hermeticism, as above, so below. And I like to think of a mirror pond, or as within, so without. And that will be our briefest meditation here at the end later this evening, is about the mirror pond, the looking glass, as without, so within, as within, so without, as above, so below. In other words, particularly now in January in this year, 2024, you change the world by unlocking the tumblers that are within you, the tumblers within you first, foremost, and always. So this month, January, is all about you. That to me is a mighty, mighty woohoo. Take care of your heart, light yourself up, let go of the distractions. I can hear, which bear is it? We've got to eliminate the negatives, accentuate the positives. I'm hearing Brer Rabbit, and why am I not remembering the name of the bear? I'm sure many, many people are going to put it on the side here. Yes, come join us in the School of Mystics. Yes, yes, yes. Class 4 Wednesdays a month. We're going to help you cut through the obscurations. We're going to help raise your vibration. We're going to rewire your subconscious. We're going to be doing some massive subliminal reprogramming of you as well. Super easy, super, super fun. We've got that Wednesday. People can tell it all about it there. But take steps forward for you. And I can't believe I'm going to say this. Put on your horse blinders this month. It doesn't mean that you don't care about the world around you. It doesn't mean that you don't care about what's taking place. And I see the word birthday here. I can't see much else, but I know that Aya Bear's birthday just passed. Happy birthday, Aya Bear. How does it get any better than this? Put on your horse blinders to all of the chaos and all of the distractions going on around you, and keep your eye on the prize. The prize is you. The prize is your heart. The prize is your light. Your prize is the light. Your prize is hope. Your prize is joy. Your prize is your magnificent. You are magnificent. You are the divine. You are pure potentiality of being. You are the energetic alpha and omega. You are the everything. And you've been sold a bill of goods that says you're anything less than. And they're going to try to make that abundantly clear in January, now for the entire year ahead. Just how weak you are, just how incapable you are, just how much you don't matter, just how much you're insignificant. Well, I'm here to tell you, you are the most significant person on this planet. You are the most significant person in the world. Act that way. Treat yourself that way. Live that way. Exquisitely take greater care of yourself this January and beyond, symbolically, figuratively, and literally. And you will have the greatest year ahead. You will find hope. You will find joy. You will even find more peace rather than chaos, fear, and anxiety in your heart. Of this, I promise. You are love. Remember this. You are love. You came from love. You couldn't be anything other than love, no matter how much you try. So focus on that and anchor in that goodness. And then I will see you maybe Wednesday in the School of Mystics. I will see you next week. I will see you next month. And I will see you once a month with these angelic energy reports for the entire year of 2024 for truly your greatest, magnificent, most amazing, most exquisite year ever. And guess what? Doing this, you will quite literally help change the world. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? So I'm going to take a sip of water. We're going to answer some of your questions. We're going to go into a meditation. I'm going to try to get myself out on the early side of things because I think a 7:30 interview out of, we've got somewhere between, I have to do the exact math, between 2,000 and 3,000 shows, including the live events, well over 3,000 shows. but I believe 7:30 in the morning is the earliest I will have ever done an interview in ever. So let me take some water and let's get to some questions here. And I can see, oh, we've got Winnie the Pooh and Dal Pooh, and people have some good conversations going on here. Bernstein Bears. All right. You guys rock. You guys are awesome. All right. First question from Veronica. And I saw this question come in right before we start. You can always put your questions in early. And if they're germane to the whole, I'll do my best to get to them. I keep seeing 555 everywhere. What is it trying to tell me? I can't ignore it anymore. 555 is the number of manifestation. What it's saying is, Veronica, it's time to ask yourself, what do I want? And then can I put that out there to the universe? It's not a law of attraction, give me a silver Porsche or give me a this, that, or the other thing, although that's okay. But ask, what does my heart really, truly want during this time? And you're being asked, A, to ask for it, B, to be discerning about it, and really truly ask yourself and be honest with yourself, Veronica. What is it I really want? And then to put that out there rather than well, I really want this, but I'm happy to settle for that. Nowhere today did I mention anything about settling, not even slightly. So I want you to put it out there symbolically, Veronica, in all of its exquisiteness. Ask the angels, ask your guides, ask your ancestors, ask your elders. Mary, what is going on with so many of us that we're waking up at 5 a.m.? And I am one of those. Used to be 4:44 that I got up. I tend to get up much later now because I teach at night. But universe has been getting me up at 5 o'clock consistently almost every morning, Mary, and I'm counting on that tomorrow morning because of my 7:30 interview. One reason alone. Your angels and guides have you on speed dial right now, Mary, and they want to speak with you. So you get your pen, get your paper, you do your automatic writing, or you sit and drool, you go quiet, you lay down, you do whatever it is, whatever practice or process works best for you. I know you know automatic writing, but whatever is easiest, Mary, you do that at 5. And you relax into it going, oh my God, it's 5. I'm not going to be away. I'm going to be exhausted throughout the day if I get up there so early. Just be with them and see what comes to you, because there are powerful messages coming in for all of us now. And again, particularly January right now, veil is the thinnest. And so they're trying to reach us the most when they know they have the best chance of getting our attention. And so we might as well go, okay, I know you need to talk with me. Let's see what you've got. So let's do that. Let's see if I have a tissue here. I don't. All right, that's okay. Jess, why do I feel like my forehead is vibrating right around my third eye? I physically have to touch my forehead to make it stop. Jess, I'd actually like you to do the reverse. I'd like you to actually pretend to be opening it and opening it and opening it more and more and more still. And Jess, I would like you, ask your angels, ask your guides, if I am opening up, if my third eye is meant to fully and exquisitely open up during this time, will you help me with this process? Will you bring to me whatever sight is meant to come to me? Will you bring to me whatever gifts are meant to be mine? I am ready. My guess is you're ready. Jess, my guess is you are as ready as any of us are to receive our gifts, which means not ready at all and ready at the same time, because our gifts are rarely small. Our gifts tend to be life-changing. So Jess, when you say that, fasten your seatbelt and hold on. But there's something very special, very sacred, exquisitely important coming into you at this time if you are ready. Dodo Max. So Dodo Max, this is the energy that we are all feeling right now. How do you deal with anxiety and feeling of something bad on the verge of happening, Dodo Max? Thanks. We are all feeling this energy right now. I sat down with Jessica here earlier today, She was on her laptop. I'm on my computer. And I'm like, can you feel that energy? Can you feel the, I'm like, some of that is mine. Some of that is yours, but it ain't ours. That's the energy on the planet right now. What do? Find a practice, ground in, recognize it, lean into it, ask questions about it, but do not live in it. So I watch that energy inside of me. And well, what's the first thing? Jessica's like, let's have ourselves breathe. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Pookie. All right. Now let's imagine roots going down into the earth. Thank you, angels. Coming out of our tailbone. Thank you, angels. Now let's imagine that we're attaching up to the heavens. Thank you, angels and guides. I'm breathing while connected to the earth. I'm breathing while connected to the heavens. I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. Lots of attunements that we do in the School of Mystics to help you get safer, to help you release all of this. But you can do just that. I'm safe. I'm protected. I'm okay. You can say that in any order. I'm okay. I'm protected. I'm safe. I'm okay. I'm protected. I'm safe. Use these words to help ground you in, knowing the feeling that something bad is going to happen. A, or one, can't do really A, ain't just yours. B, it's by design. It's the first thing we were talking about here this evening. If I can keep you in an I in quotes, if I can keep you in a state of anxiety and feeling something bad is on the verge of happening, you don't keep your eye on the prize. You don't glow your light the brightest. You don't live your greatest life. You don't even live. You're waiting for the other shoe to fall. That's a method of control. So we recognize it, we lean into it, we breathe through it, and then we do the best we can to let it go. And we can observe it, of course. We do not push it away. We do not ignore it. But we recognize it's not who and what we truly are. And then put those horse blinders on and we live. We truly and fully live. And I know you can do that, Dodo Max. Cricket abstract. When do you think the poles will shift? Then how much time do you think we have? Just want to hear your thoughts on this. Cricket abstract. I used to follow this a lot, and where the magnetic north is versus the true north end, and if the poles are going to shift, is the ice going to melt, and is it going to create this gigantic tsunami wave, and is that going to do this, and is the planet going to come to a screeching halt? I don't buy any of it anymore. Doesn't mean that the poles aren't going to shift again. I don't buy into the fear and worried that it's going to be a catastrophic calamity that's going to wipe off Earth and going to be something worse than Noah's flood. I just don't buy it. To me, stories like that are a method of control to keep us in a state of fear, to keep us, again, from living our greatest life. Could I be wrong? Yeah. And if so, we can talk about it on the other side. But I would rather be wrong and live my greatest freaking life to everything with every ounce and cell of beingness that I have and glow as bright as I can, rather than to be focused on that, which I can't do a dang thing about. But I can focus on this. And we are incredible manifestors. We are incredible projectors. We are incredible creators. So if I think the earth is going to make it, if I think we're going to be fine, if I think we can create heaven here on earth and I can feel it in my heart, guess what? I can stop tsunamis. I can stop massive floods. I and all of us can stop whatever gloom and doom is being fed to us, whatever, shit is being fed to us. I can stop that and create something else. So that is where I'm going to keep my eye on the prize. Cricket abstract. Send all my love your way. Bemused Beth, is it always a good sign when you see a white orb in a video? Orbs are awesome. So orbs aren't only coming around in good stuff, but it means that there's goodness around you. Even if you're seeing an orb in somebody else's video, it is already reflecting on the viewer. So orbs mean you've got angels, you've got guides, you've got loved ones, you've got family members there by your side. Give thanks for the orbs. Now, okay. Orbs are also messengers. There is a place on Maui, fortunately, I don't remember the name of it, where all the elders speak, way too many at the same time, a cacophony of lost souls, one level on top of the other, in a canyon for which far too many King Kamehameha and otherwise soldiers had been killed hundreds of years ago. And when I took photos there, before Jessica and I actually experienced them firsthand, a wild story for another day. There was orb after orb after orb in the camera. And so I wanted to go back there and check this out, which is when we experienced them firsthand. They're always messengers for you. The messengers in this case were saying, Michael, let's leave here when it gets dark. There's another path that's better for you. Michael didn't kind of get that message. So always when you see orbs, ask, what is the message for you? That will always be something positive. That will always be something good. That will always be something that can steer you in a beautiful direction. Stardust, how do we insulate ourselves from the energetic chaos that's out there? Are we supposed to feel everything? So Stardust, we don't need to insulate ourselves. We can say prayers. I always say a prayer before I go on this. I always teach it at the beginning of automatic writing. I teach it in School of Mystics often. Prayer, I call it G-Spike. I'll say it really fast because you can watch it on the replay and write it all down. I use the word God. I don't believe in a bearded white guy up in the sky. Nothing could be further from the truth for me. But that's just my word for love, source, universe, giant cheeseburger in the sky, whatever we want to call it. And I do this to put myself in a bubble of love and light. And then I just let it all go. And that is this. And it's G-Spike, G-S-P-I-C, G-S-P-I-C. God, thank you for guiding me. Or thank you, God, for guiding me with your love and light. That's the G, guiding me. Thank you, God, for surrounding me with your love and light. That's the S, surrounding me. Thank you, God, for protecting me with your love and light. That's the P, protecting me. Thank you, God, for imbuing me, filling me with your love and light. That's the I, imbuing me. And thank you, God, for cloaking me, keeping me invisible with your love and light. That's the C, cloaking me. Guiding me, surrounding me, protecting me, imbuing me, cloaking me. You fill that yourself up in that bubble of love and light, and then you go about your day and you put on those force blinders and you recognize. So a few days ago, Jessica said to me, and I haven't watched the news in about a month and a half, full disclosure, but guess what? With more or less 500,000 viewers and listeners on iTunes and YouTube and everywhere that people come in, if there's a story going on, I hear about it and I hear about it quick, fast. So Jessica's saying, there's been there's another front to the war. There's been more killings, or there's been this or been that, and this is going on in Yemen. And what I said to her is, okay, I send love. I really send love. I'm going to breathe into that. Later, I will check in and see if there's anything more that's gone on that I'm not aware of. And then I will do my best to get myself back to my energetic, pure state right away. And use the buddy system. If you find I go too far that rabbit hole, please bring me back up out of it quick, fast. If I start to go to story after story after story after story, which is very unlikely, but it can happen to the best of us. Best. We're all awesome. You are awesome. So I used a buddy system to help get me out of there. I said, I, under my own terms, will go into that energy and take a peek, take a look, and then I will bring myself back to this pure space. That's what we get to do. Are we supposed to feel everything? No. No, 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 no. You're an empath, Stardust. Everyone here tonight is an empath. And an empath is a mystic in disguise. That's why I want to bring you all to the School of Mystics, so I can learn how to teach you how to train your energy and how to use these energies and Tai Chi these energies, so that we can work with them and realize there is no such thing as a bad energy. It's actually positive fuel if we learn how to work with it. But nowhere have I ever said, I want you to lean into your trauma and wounds and feel them, or feel other people's trauma and wounds. That's insanity. There are a lot of methodology that do want you to do that. I would run kicking and screaming from them. There is the learn, there is the looking glass. That's when I say lean into something. I mean, you look at it, but you never need to feel it. Breathe through it, but I never said feel it. Feel the pain, feel the suffering, feel the no. Check, please. You don't have to do that. A couple more questions that let us get into a meditation. Desert Starlight. Love this question. Is it easier or more difficult to connect to the angels during heightened vibration in the universe? How do you achieve more clarity? Easier, 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 easier. And there's so much energy going on around us that we get to find our own practice of going quiet. That's exquisitely important right now. So we watch a show like this and you go, wow, that was great. I want to hear another. Stop, hold, full stop. Put yourself to bed, put yourself to a meditation, put yourself to a chair, put yourself to a tree, put yourself to just close your eyes for a few minutes. Don't resist the temptation to go, gimme, 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 gimme. Because that becomes the addiction that numbs you up. How do you achieve more clarity? Right. Pause. Breathe. Spend time in the upper room. Go to something like a school of mystics where you learn how to train yourself with these energies. But learn how to take more time here rather than stuck down here. And things start to become rapidly clearer to you, even without you trying. That's what this is all about. Paradoxical debacle. I wrote poetry, but it's mostly about past traumas. Is that wrong? Paradoxical, there is no such thing as wrong. And if it is a healing tool and helps you to feel better, you do it. And if it's a tool that helps others to feel better and you feel pulled and called to do it, you do it. And if it is keeping you in the vibrational energy of the past traumas, you say, thank you. You put down the pen and you don't pick the pen back up until you want to write about the most healing possibilities, about the most amazing glowing light, about how you can transform the energy from trauma and drama to something incredible. Pen is mightier, thank you, Archangel Michael, than the sword. Stories matter exquisitely. I don't want you stuck in your story. It's why there's stories of Hannah Bear's heart. We don't share it much. There are stories about my near-death experiences. We don't share them much. There are stories about my boo-boo after boo-boo. We don't share that much. But we share about our energetic state. We share about where we're going. We share about where we want to be. We share about the light. That's where I want you to get to play overtime paradoxical debacle, unless, of course, those few key reasons that it's still healing for you or still healing for others. If not, I mean, heck, come to the School of Mystics. You get all past classes. Go to one of our past classes. We do clearings once a month anyway, but you can go to any of our past classes where we do clearings and do a group clearing. It doesn't matter if it's in the past because there's no such thing as time. It ain't real. Do a clearing and peel away the energy of the past traumas. And let's get to the other side. Last question of the evening from Megan Vandermast. The mindset is the struggle to get out of my own way. The mindset is the struggle to get out of my own way. Is this fear? Ooh. Megan. I want you to dance with yourself. I literally want you to put on the music and I want you to dance. Love yourself up, dance, hug yourself up. The energy lately is so overwhelming that I get up in the morning. Jessica came into the bedroom in the morning. She was up before me. It's something I teach in the School of Mystics. I'm hugging myself. I'm loving myself up. She came in there and I'm like, I love you, Michael. I love you, Michael. I love you, Michael. I love you, Michael. Notice how similar this is to a dance, Megan. Don't worry about getting out of your own way. Don't worry about how many times you tripped and fallen. Don't worry about how many times you pulled out the little Spanish pistola and shot yourself in the foot. Just love yourself up. Perfect just as you are. Megan, if you had any idea how much of a klutz I am, how much klutz is such a negative word. Okay. So I've got this bottle here, Topo Chico, one of my favorites. And it's something I was gifted with my whole lifetime. And I got boo-booed by a car a few years ago. And it's even more so. I go to pick up the bottle of Topo Chico. And because my vision is a little funny, a little squidgy, shall we say, it's getting better. I go to pick up the bottle and I go slowly because I don't want to make noise because the baby's sleeping. And I go and I knock the bottle over. And this happens more than I care to share. Can't believe you knocked the bottle over. Oh, I can't believe you just got this wet. You just got that right. You got new prescriptions for glasses, and you just, oh, can't you just? No. I love you, man. I love you, man. You are perfect just as you are. I love you. I love you. I love you. It took a long time to get there. What happens when you do that? You find you don't struggle to get out of your own way. You don't fight against yourself. You don't fight against your nature. You don't worry if you're going to blow shit up. And yeah, there's still nigglings inside of you. There's still nigglings inside of me. I've got my next national championships and this one's going to be Xterra Triathlon, April 29th. I plan to go to the world championships for this sport. I plan on doing really well at the national championships. And I'm feeling great. And there's a part of me, and there might be a part of some people out there going, oh, is something going to happen to him between now and then? I don't believe in that. I don't believe you're going to shoot yourself in the foot. I believe I'm just going to love myself up. I'm just going to love myself. You guys take care of things. I'm just going to focus on loving myself up. That's your whole job, Megan. Is it fear? No, it's programming. Programming to keep you down, programming from the tribe, programming from society, programming from the familial that says you're anything less than a divine exquisite being having a divine exquisite existence, that you are less than. And that's, excuse me, boop, boop, shit. I bleeped something out of that one. It's total bogus nosity. It ain't true. You're amazing. You're incredible. You've been fed a load of hogwash. So when you struggle to get out of your own way, don't. Love yourself up instead. That's your whole, complete, and total freaking flipping, most amazing, most incredible, most exquisite job, Megan. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I want you to love you, and to love you. So now I'm going to take a drip of water. I'm going to take a sip of water. And then we're going to do a very, very short meditation. I say that because I'm looking at the time. Sometimes they go longer, but I'm going to do my best to do a very, very short meditation. I do longer group meditations in the School of Mystics. I need to put myself to bed because I get to get up like Mary Fryer early tomorrow, like so many of us. Here's Johnny. And have some incredible fun with Sasha Stone tomorrow morning. And I am really looking forward to that. So let me take a sip of water and then shall we play? All right. And please, I don't fully see the questions here because I'm focused on this, but I saw a question came in on bullying. Please make sure that is like question number 1 next week, and I would be honored and happy to answer that. I did catch it as 11-year-old son. Been there. And so I really want to address that next week. So please make sure, and Aya Bear, make sure that's written down, and to Mama Bear, because I didn't catch the whole question. I really want to answer your question next week. Let us get to the heart of that. I would love, 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 love to help. All right. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Hmm. Hmm. You have no idea how many angels and guides are by your side right now. And this goes for everyone here. My body temperature in the last minute or two feels like it's raised about 5 degrees. There's no beads of sweat yet coming off of me. And I don't know if my face is the same color as before, but my body temperature has just gone. And I am a hot sauce fiend. Scorpion peppers, Carolina Reapers, you name it. And I love getting that sweat from having that hot sauce. This ain't that. This is hotter. And this means that we are surrounded by incredible goodness right now. And so we're going to dive into that. So we're going to just do a really quick meditation. So we're going to close our eyes together. And we're going to breathe in through the nose, down to the belly, and out through the nose. In and out. In and out. As we continue to breathe in and out, I want you to imagine that we're in the most amazing circle gathering together. Let's say that we're in a giant field with pine needles down beneath us. It actually feels exquisitely soft. There's somebody sitting to your right who's also going through this meditation right now, and somebody sitting to your left. We breathe in together as we kind of lean and acknowledge the person to our right. We breathe out together as we will acknowledge the person to our left. We breathe in, sway right. Breathe out, sway left. And in and out. As we keep breathing in and out, we look up above us, and it is a super dark night. It's just past the new moon. Not a sliver of the moon is visible at this point, but you can see the stars so incredibly clearly. In fact, the more that you stare, the more the stars come into focus until you can see the entire Milky Way spiraling up above you. And you remember, this whole world is a spiral. This galaxy is ascending. The universe is ascending. Humanity is ascending. And you, dear one, are ascending as well. What does that mean? Well, as part of the ascension process, we get to focus on pure happiness, pure joy, and pure whatever makes your heart tick. And as you're breathing in and out, thinking, what does that mean? You notice when you take your eyes off of the stars up above and you bring them down, 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 down into the center right in front of you, what you see is the most amazing pond. But this is not an ordinary pond. It's a pond as if it was filled with liquid mercury, the safe kind itself, because it is a perfect still reflection of all the stars up above. You can see the Milky Way in it. You can see the stars. Heck, if a little satellite or something zip across the sky, you can see that too in the pond right in front of you. This is the mirror lake. This is the looking glass. This is the magic pond. And this is a perfect reflection of whatever is on your heart. So you heard me mentioning earlier, as above, so below. That's the reflection of the stars into the pond down below. As within, so without. I would like you to look at that pond and focus with all of your heart, soul, not might, and love. What is it you'd like to see in this new moon? What is it you'd like to feel? What is it you'd like to be? Or what is the movie about your life from 2024 that you would like to play? Feel that in your heart. Feel your heart turning into the most magnificent projector, and beam that light from the center of your heart, light from the center of the projection, from the center of your beingness and very soul. Project that onto that mirror screen of a mirror lake before you. And watch the most beautiful, exquisite, amazing journey of a year ahead of 2024 for you. Watch the most amazing movie of the most incredible grandeur, exquisite grandeur that is possible. And if the movie isn't great enough, isn't grand enough, isn't exquisite enough, see it change before your eyes to something so incredible you didn't even believe it was possible. Isn't this a cool movie? Now ratchet up, make the movie even better. Make it even better. Now make this year and the movie of 2024 ahead the most incredible movie that you ever could have imagined about your life, or maybe about anyone else's life as well. And now make it 1 degree even better. Can you see that? Can you feel that? Can you embody that into your bones, embody that into your heart, embody that into your soul? This is your birthright. This is your most amazing year ahead. This is what's possible for you, coming from your inner beingness, projected onto that stage out in front of you, into that looking glass, into that mirror lake. This is who you are, who you will be, who you are meant to be, and the greatness that was always possible coming out from inside of yourself. And now, as I leave you here before your looking glass, before your mirror lake, and feel free to stay here as long as you'd like, and keep making the story and movie even better and even better and even better still. And if you see something that doesn't work, erase that from the movie and put something even better in there that will. I want you to remember this. Not only are you loved, not only are you light, not only are you the greatness that you seek in the world, not only are you the support, the encouragement, the kindness, the compassion, the everything that you want from the outside that has always been within you, because it is who and what you are. But I want you to remember my most favorite expression here on earth. As you look at the most amazing reflection of your life, and feel free to repeat after me. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? I send so much love your way. You are gonna rock it in the new year, because the angels have told me so. Just remember this and keep your eyes on the prize. I love you so much. I'll see you Wednesday for the School of Mystics. Oh, we've got Anita Morjani coming up tomorrow night. How does it get any better than this? We've got Christian Sundberg on pre-birth experiences. Oh my God, that's going to be incredible. Pre-birth experiences coming up this Thursday. We've got another amazing YouTube live event coming up next Monday. And I would love to have you in the School of Mystics. Bring that energy up, and way up. And if you're not ready for that, that's okay. Simply get Daily Woohoo. Each and every day, I bring your energy up. Go to dailywoohoo.com and sign up there. That is the best, easiest starting point to all of this energetic goodness. And that's your birthright as well. That's dailywoohoo.com. I send love to you, Aya, and to Anne, and to Bhavik, and to Marge, and to all of the members of the Dream Team. And I send love to you. I send love to you. I send love to you. And how does it get any better than this? Lots of love, everyone. Off to sleep I go for a beautiful, beautiful, loving interview tomorrow morning with Sasha Stone on awakening and ascension. Lots of love, everyone. Good night and good morning. Be well. What does it mean for all of us to live life fearlessly?
My body created cancer. The doctors told my family that these are my final hours, and I went into a coma and I died.
Oh, no.
Look at that. Look. She just did that. Yes, exactly. Now that you know the truth of who you really are, your body will heal very, very quickly. Life after life is better than life. We leave behind our culture and all the beliefs that we've accumulated over a lifetime.
You have big warrior energy.
So what really crosses over is our pure essence. Go back and live your life fearlessly.
Every day there's a new horizon. Birds keep on singing, earth keeps on spinning. Time to toss any fears they rule you. Dance to vibrations, no limitation.